Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. Let's start by understanding key result areas or KRAs. Key result areas are those aspects of a job which are critical to achieving success in the overall job objective. They define the end result or outcome expected to be delivered. KRAs state what a job is expected to achieve. Benefits of KRAs are: clarify employee roles and state the outcome of the job. Align employee roles to the organization's plan. Help focus on the result of the activity, not the activity itself. Communicate to each employee the purpose of his or her role. Set end goals and objectives for each employee, and help employees prioritize activities and improve time work management. Moving on to performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is the process of evaluating the performance of an employee in the organization. By definition, it is the technique of assessing as impartially as possible the attributes, strengths, weaknesses, capacity, and attitude of an individual employee in relation to his or her job. Uses of performance appraisal are: training personnel on employee weaknesses, facilitating wage and salary administration such as raise, bonus, etc., assisting employee placement decisions, promoting efficient employees, terminating inefficient employees, fostering job satisfaction, validating selection procedures, and obtaining employee feedback. The performance appraisal process involves 6 steps: establishing performance standards, communicating standards and expectations, measuring the actual performance, comparing performance with standards, discussing results, that is, providing feedback, and decision-making, taking corrective actions. Let's understand each of these steps in detail. The first step in the performance appraisal process is establishing performance standards. Performance criteria for employees need to be established using job analysis. The criteria should be clear and objective in nature. Next is communicating the standards. Performance standards should be communicated to the employees, and they should be modified based on employee feedback. Effective communication helps to avoid misunderstandings and confusion. And lastly, performance measurement. This step involves the actual performance of the employee. Frequently used techniques to measure actual performance are personal observation, oral reports, and written reports, etc. Next is comparing performance with actual standards. The actual performance of the employee is compared with the set standards to determine the deviations. Positive deviations, that is, employee's performance exceeds the set standards, and negative deviations, employee's performance is below the set standards, are determined. Appraisal discussions. The appraisal results and deviations observed are communicated to the employees. The employee's strengths and weaknesses are discussed to improve future performance. The last step is taking corrective measures. Corrective measures are taken in consultation with the employees to improve their performance. Based on these measures, the steps required to improve performance are identified and initiated. Problems in performance appraisals are: employee resistance in the case of unfavorable appraisal, lack of time to conduct proper appraisal, lack of rewards for appraisers, lack of appraisal training of managers, poorly drafted and vague appraisal forms, avoidance of negative remarks to prevent employee resistance, appraisal politics, and lastly, poor perception of the manager owing to low employee ratings. Let's take a look at some examples of performance appraisal methods in companies. The first example is of Snapdeal. Snapdeal replaced its annual employee appraisals with trimester reviews. The new system is based on employee feedback. It is aimed at frequent engagement with staff and retention of high potential employees. At the end of every trimester, there are monetary and non-monetary rewards for employees based on the assessment, while the main salary hikes continue to be at the end of the fiscal year. New performance metrics articulated by Snapdeal include innovation, being transparent, agility, regular review and feedback, and employee development and upskilling. The next example is of IBM India. IBM did away with their previous yearly assessment methodology and adopted the new 5-point scale checkpoint appraisal system in which employees will be subjected to 4 yearly reviews. The system includes checkpoints on the basis of which employees' milestones are discussed and they are given more immediate feedback. This new appraisal system seeks to maximize output and productivity from each employee and ensure that employees keep meeting their targets through the course of the year. Thank you.